Hi everybody, welcome to 2021, and today is new moon. It's the 13th of January 2021, and for those of you that don't know me, I'm Taryn Sydow. I'm a spiritual healer and coach and teacher, and I'm blessed to get to do this amazing work that I do, working with individuals and organizations and teams to find wholeness and joy and be liberated into the freedom of what life is about. And so today, as I said, is new moon. It is also a number one day. I'll show you an energy calendar that can show you the various days of the universal energy days. And so it's a day of intention and beginnings and clarity. And choosing, I think, is a wonderful way of looking at the energy of today. So I've decided to sit outside. I hope that the signal cooperates, and I hope that the nature cooperates. So I hope that there's not too many background noises of dogs and birds and traffic, etc., etc. And if there is, just try and integrate that into it. So I'm going to be doing a reading today. I'm going to do a 2-card reading for new moon, which is really the first card is going to be about releasing and the second card is going to be about allowing. So working with this releasing and allowing energy that is available to us on new moon. The amazing thing with new moon, and as I said, it's a number one day today energetically, and let me show you very quickly an energy calendar that may be useful. Some people, it is available on my store. I'm going to show it to you. Oh, it doesn't. Let me see desktop. Let me see what happens when I do that. So I think you can see here now in the background, here's an energy calendar. Let me just move myself out the way for a minute. So this is my screensaver. So there's a calendar for the month of January. There's a card for this month that is all about a reminder of the primary energy of this month, which is your dreams are calling you forward. We're in a 5-year, which is all about freedom. And this is a 6-month, which is a lot around balance and integration. And then you can see for every day of the month, what day it is from a universal energy perspective. So you can see we're sitting here today on the 13th of January. It's new moon. So we've got this beautiful, and it's a day one. We can't make this shit up really. And so we're all about beginnings, creation, rebirth, settings, and intention. So this is a lovely way to align your energy to the energetic patterns of the universe, and it is available on my store. Um, in the in the thing, I will give you a download. You can download January for free, and if you'd like to buy the rest of the month, it is available in the store. And some of you will know that it's been my birthday, was my birthday on Sunday, and there is a code, a coupon available with 47% discount because I'm so old. I am 47. Um, uh, uh, Discounts, which is available until tomorrow evening. So if you're wanting to get your calendar and get it with a discount, you can do that. But otherwise, January's there for free, and it doesn't really matter. We've got today, and today's new moon, and it's a number one energy, and we've got all these opportunities for setting intention and getting clear. Now, before I do the reading, one of the other things that I've been pondering on, and I'm going to start this month, is a new moon. Uh, what shall we call it? Challenge. I don't like the word challenge always, but a new moon exercise, something that I invite you. New moon invitation. Let's do that. New moon invitation that invites us to start doing something differently each month. And I often ponder on this idea of self-love and self-compassion and, treating ourselves with care and healing the victim within us and the inner child in us. And we all know about that, but it's quite difficult to find practical things to do around that. And I was listening to a Brené Brown podcast, I think it was the other day, or a book of hers. I'm a big fan of Brené Brown's work. And she was talking about releasing shame, and she was talking about a specific concept, and that is going to form the invitation for this month. The specific aspect is to stop calling ourselves names. So I've been doing this since the beginning of the year, interestingly enough, and it's amazing the change it's had, and even the change it's had in my relationships, because I've said it out loud. I've said, oh, that was calling myself a name. I'm not going to call myself a name anymore. So I'm not going to say, oh, I'm lazy. I'm going to say, oh, I'm sleepy. Or I'm not going to say, oh, I'm so stupid, I did that wrong. I'm going to say, oh, that was frustrating. I need to redo it. And to name it more as the emotion I'm feeling and what's happening, rather than labeling myself as stupid or lazy or uh, weak or insecure or needy or fearful or any of these things. Because every time we call ourselves a name, we know how hard that is when we do it for other people. If other people call us a name, that's one of the things you can stop doing to others as well. Um, is just to start naming the experience rather than labeling yourself as something. So the invitation for this month is to stop calling yourself names. Start honoring your experience. And every time you find yourself calling yourself a name, is to pause and reframe that and to give yourself some compassion and care. And so that's the self love practice, the new moon invitation for this month. And let's see how we do. I'd love to hear what that does for you. I'd love to hear what that transpires into, if anything. Let's just play around with it and see what works and what doesn't. Okay, so let's move on to the reading. Um, so, like I said, given this new moon energy, the overarching card for January is your dreams are calling you forward. And that's really allowing ourselves to notice, what are we yearning for in this year, this 5 year, which is a freedom year? What does freedom look like, feel like? And freedom's lovely in theory. It's great to talk about it. Freedom fundamentally means we take accountability for our lives and stop blaming other people for what's going on. And so if I claim freedom, what would I do today? What would I, and that means taking accountability for all the consequences of the choices I make. Um, and so notice your dreams around freedom. What does that mean? What does it mean you need to take accountability for? We've got the Soul Compass workshop coming up on Saturday, for those of you that are attending, and it's just magical. The beautiful guidance is coming forward there. But 2021 is definitely a year of finding bravery and doing what you need to do to claim your freedom. So, two cards, what needs to be released and what do we want to allow? I can't make this stuff up. I was sitting here shuffling whilst I was talking to you, and I pulled the cards and I've just turned them over. The first card is your dreams are calling you forward, the one I've just been talking about. The second card, so this is the card about releasing, and it may not make sense given what I was just saying, but I'll talk a bit more about it now. The second card of what we need to allow is allow ourselves to step out of the shadows. Yeah. So notice these two cards together. Um, how many of us have dreams, but we hold ourselves back? And so this card about releasing is releasing resistance to your brilliance. It's releasing the need to play small. It's releasing the idea that you're not allowed, that you're not supposed to be magnificent, to be glorious, to shine bright, to let others know your light. And so releasing resistance to focus on yourself, to focus on what is your dream. Now, dreams, we do a lot in the mental space about goals and purpose and, these are the strategies for success, etc., etc. A dream is different. A dream is like a yearning, it's a longing to experience life or an aspect of life in a certain way. So, releasing any idea that your dream is impossible, releasing any idea that your dream is a waste of time, releasing any idea that focusing time and energy and attention and practices and money even on things that are calling you into your life, calling you into your light, are selfish or frivolous or ridiculous. It's the permission to say, my dream fuels me. Now, I really want to make the distinction. Now, I'm not talking about the mental goal. I might have a goal of R1 million in the bank account, or a goal of being an entrepreneur, or a goal of having my own business, or a goal of a relationship. A dream is not a goal. A dream is a desire, it's an experience, it's something I wish for. Um, it's interesting because the energy of envy can tell us a lot about our dreams. I'm envious of that person's life because they look like they're living my dream. Mm. We don't need to judge ourselves for this. We need to notice, what are you envious about? What do you believe they have permission for that you don't? And the permission to not give up on the practical aspects of life, to follow our dreams, but to integrate our dreams into our life. And to know that as a soul in your blueprint, you came here with a deep desire for a certain experience. So my dream, I have a dream of a world without borders. That's, if I had to put it into a one-liner, a world where we do not hold each other separate from each other. A world where we can truly create communities. And when I look at that quite practically, because it's a big dream, when I look at that quite practically, the way that my biggest dream is to work in organizations and teams to heal the separations, the divides, to heal the fears and insecurities so people can show up whole and alive and thriving in their work, because work is supposed to be somewhere we contribute and connect and collaborate and create. It's not supposed to be something we live in survival mode and fear and just getting things done. Work is an expression of joy, and allowing ourselves to find that in our place, and be surrounded and in an environment that allows that. That's my dream. You can see when I talk about it, it's infused with, I don't know how, but it's infused with joy. It's infused, and it's been the dream I've had for the longest of time. It keeps evolving and shifting and changing, but it's there. It doesn't go away. And so the dreams of your soul does not go away. So the card for new moon is, what is your dreams? Even if you can't, because they don't really have words. They've got feelings and images and metaphors and ways of being seen in the world. So focus on that. Allow yourself time to do that so you can step out of the shadows. So this is a card about allowing. Stepping out of the shadows is fundamentally stepping back, doing what I need to do so I don't do what I can, and rather coming forward and saying, okay, I'm comfortable with being seen. I, I'm willing to get attention for this. I'm going to say that again. I'm willing to get attention for me. Not for what I do, not for the traits that I think of as good. To know that I exist here on purpose, and I am allowed to be seen and heard and express myself in ways that are true to me. And so there's a call for authenticity or authentic expression. I remember the 5 energy of 2021, freedom. Freedom, authenticity kind of go a little hand in hand. And so where can you shine a little brighter? What I mean by that is not trying to be good or trying to be perfect, trying to do things the right way, trying to make people see you. Where is it that you hold yourself back? So, oh, I can't say that, or, people are going to think this, or whatever it is. Where do you put yourself into a sort of smaller version of yourself? This is something that's coming up for Soul Compass quite a bit. And one of the images in my mind is, where do you shackle yourself? the shackles around your feet, you know, those old slavery shackles. Where do you shackle yourself? And say, oh, I'm not allowed to, oh, I can't, oh, I shouldn't. No, that's not okay. Oh, I'm going to get into trouble for that. Now, this is not about being frivolous. This is not about being, although there's nothing wrong with frivolity. This is not about being irresponsible. Again, there's nothing wrong with irresponsibility. This is about allowance, allowing yourself. And that allowance could be allowing yourself to take an hour off a day to focus on you, focus on your dreams. Allowing yourself to, sorry, there's a car starting, so I hope it's not too much back noise. Allowing yourself to rest more, because rest is also a superpower. Allowing yourself to be more playful, allowing yourself to give up on things, whatever it is that keeps you feeling like you're a shadowed version of yourself. It's time to step into the light. So there you have it. What a beautiful reading. I hope you'll join me. Oh, just let that car go by. I'll hope you'll join me in this self-care invitation that we'll be doing each new moon. So next new moon, I'll issue a new one. And this one, just to remind you, is no name calling. Do not call yourself names. And more important, don't call other people names either. Not more importantly, but yeah, let's just stop name calling, labeling and judging in strange ways. So I look forward to seeing you all and participating in what flows from here. Sending lots of love. Namaste.